They're waiting for you, Dr. King. They're ready for you.
Thank you, Barry. There are a lot of people out there today?
Oh, they're waiting for you, Dr. King. They want to hear what you got to say.
I'll be along in a minute. Good morning. Many have come up to me and expressed outrage and disappointment that the film Selma did not receive the positive attention some believe it deserved from either the Hollywood foreign press or subsequently the Academy of Arts and Sciences. Some believe this instance to be an example of how it's no less true than unfortunate to realize that a film is much slower to be heralded by the diversity of color in its cast, and yet in turn much more hastily suppressed. I'm not sure that is always the case, nor is it in this instance. For those who came up on John Singleton and Spike Lee joints, films by the Hughes brothers, Robert Townsend, we were blessed that the hours spent watching those films challenged the viewers on black people's true cultural relevance in so-called modern-day America. In the 1980s and the 1990s, these motion pictures comedically or dramatically pointed out shortcomings of a person or a community. And over the course of almost every film, the characters' actions were given a context that the viewer could clearly see. The filmmakers had boldly asserted many of our societal problems are pervasive, while others are reactionary, due to accepted norms institutionalized by those that lack a progressive attitude, resulting in them eventually ceasing to try to fix America's oldest problems, which have only resulted in the most negative consequences upon those that cannot influence the very minds tasked to rectify cruelties and injustices that they themselves had not been negatively affected by in years or decades. Today, children who watch films by quote-unquote artists like Tyler Perry aren't cheated a movie, but their time is wasted on art from filmmakers that begin by celebrating and ultimately accepting the very issues in the black community that he mentions, and instead of criticizing a character's personal situation or actions due to that reality, he accepts these institutional shortcomings by repeatedly mocking the behavior of the characters as a fool who will never fix the things that negatively define their existence, because he will never recognize that the situation is totally abhorrent. In other words, they make the outdated and incorrect observation that if a person is miserable long enough, he will not only stop questioning the reasons he is miserable, but grow accustomed to it. These so-called modern films contain only narratives which glorify the flaws in our improved urban society, unquestioningly and in turn repeatedly point out the negativity in jest without making any kind of helpful political observation or artistic examination on the flaws they identify as the main conflict facing their characters, and in turn society as a whole. If we are to listen to Antoine Fuqua, we can shoot our way out of poverty and oppression. If we are to listen to F. Gary Gray, one can smoke weed and laugh our way into a better way of life for ourselves while glorifying negative personal choices that to any sane man could not only worsen one situation, but fail to alleviate the problems that your actions were meant to resolve. I say today, the Academy Awards are for art that makes a statement to America. Today, we must realize that the Academy is saying loud and clear that America's decision to overlook the small achievements of black cinema is merely evocative of black cinema's failure to show the enormous faults in America. More important. Oh shit! You weren't supposed to see my hand. I was pretending to be Martin Luther King, because like, first of all, it's an easy fucking thing to parody. I thought he was super smart, but really he just knew like one word, and then he'd get a fucking thesaurus. He'd be like, this is the gracious bearings of America are abhorrent. Like literally, it's like fucking, it's like Proust or something. It's not, you know what I mean? It's like simple. It's great, but it's simple. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that like, black movies suck now. They used to be fucking awesome. Like, I'm sorry, that's a generalization. They mostly used to be fucking awesome, and now they almost all fucking blow. And well, the reason Selma didn't get fucking nominated is because nobody fucking went and saw it. It's like, what's playing in theater for? Tyler Perry movie? Nah, movie about Martin Luther King. I don't know. So anyways, in summation, there's a horse behind me.